Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Marianit, and my colleague Rinar. Yeah. Technical issues. Okay, so we're going to be presenting to you the autonomous movement framework. So I'm sure most of you have seen a drone flying by, and or if not in real life, you've seen a video of a drone flying by. But if you try to operate it by yourself, you'll find out that it's a real struggle. So this is the big problem that we're trying to solve, to provide with a framework that allows you for autonomous movement of the drones. So how does this system work? The main components of the system is the hardware system, which is composed of the PixHawk board, an antenna, and then you have the software system, which is installed in an Android app, and this is the part of the system that is used to send commands to the server for moving the framework. So how does this big schema work? I'm going to show you in a bit. So you have the mobile app, which is an Android app developed by the team, and the app will be sending the location of where do you want the drone to come. So you just tap, you have a map in the app where you tap a location, and this specific location is received by the server, which has a Python, which runs on Python. So it accepts the command, and it processes and makes a plan that is deployed to the drone. Then the drone will go to the certain location that was given from the app. So the idea is that this framework allows you to send a drone autonomously to a specific location just by tapping a request from your phone app to the server. So the main components, as I earlier mentioned, of this system are the PixHawk controller. This is a controller that is installed in the drone. Then you have the GPS module, which is shown down there, that is used for sending the location of the drone to the server. Then you have the two antennas, the 3DR antennas that are used for communication from server to the drone. So the big problem that we're trying to solve was to make a drone autonomously move from one location to the other. But a smaller problem that is aimed to be solved within this project is that we wanted to have a fleet of drones and a server that communicates with multiple drones at the same time. My colleague Rinar will be presenting you a bit more in more details about the problem and how we solve it.
Okay, so as my colleague Arian said, our main idea is to deploy these drones in as large number as possible. So right now we had the prototype working so far, but how the way it was working is that we needed a pair of these small antennas for each drone. Like one is mounted inside the drone itself, and one is mounted like where the server is that is sending the commands to the drone. And if we have a pair for each of the drones and we have a large fleet of drones, of course this is not economically practical, and even it's not practical like to carry them together. So our aim is to be able to remove this sort of disability, if I can say, of the drones, and we want to be able to use only one such antenna to be able to control as many drones as possible. We figured out that we can reconfigure this antenna to enable it to control as much as 500 drones. The way our system currently works is that we have a database where we store all the drones. We give each of the drones one small ID. For example, this one has the ID of 21, and this ID is stored on the database. And before a request is sent to the drone, the server reconfigures the antenna itself, the small device, that it uses one of the drones that are located inside the database that is available for use. And this way it reconfigures itself to the correct ID and then sends the command to the drone. I think the makers of this device are going to hate us because we are drastically going to reduce the number of such devices needed, like the pairs for the drones. And we believe that with this solution, we can manage a large fleet of drones like in a more economical way. My colleague Arianit is going to explain a bit more. Oh, actually, before that, let's show you some of the issues that we had while working. Of course, I cannot demonstrate the whole system inside here because apparently this room is too small. So some of the issues that we had with the drones themselves initially, like with the whole system, was that the drones were, of course, having some issues with balancing, and we had issues, problems such as this happening, or such as this. And like this, and these little brave guys handled it well, but some of them are there in the museum already. And right now, the current result, how it looks like, is that we have two of the drones working at the same time. For example, here, one of the drones is launched, the second one is launched as well. They are carrying some payload that can be anything. And we're going to talk about some application areas. My colleague is going to talk to you right now where we intend to use these drones. So basically the idea is this, that we can launch multiple drones using the one antenna and make all this solution economically feasible. So about the autonomous movement framework.
Yeah. So apparently, yeah, there are many challenges when it comes to making use of these drones. First of all, there are many regulations that they don't allow the flying of drones in public areas. Main reasons are because they might crash, they can be hacked, or they can be intrusive. So we first of all we thought of some use case that could be made use of even right now, even without these regulations. And apparently it could be, the aim is to use in disaster relief areas. So the idea is we take these drones, the fleet of the drones, in some disaster area where some natural disaster has happened, and we try to deliver packages to people that are in need. The pictures in the slide show a person that is stuck on his roof because of some floodings, and the person might have the app installed in his phone, so he can request a drone to the location that he is currently staying, and there could be a fleet of drones just close by to the flooding area with some health kits that could be deployed to the person in need whenever the request is sent. So there would be a small server receiving the request, then it would be deployed to one of the drones in the fleet, and then the drone would fly and drop by the package to the person in need, and then come back. So this is the one of the use cases that we were thinking of. But there are, as this is a framework, there are many places where this could take place, and we were thinking of ways of making it a commercial product. So the idea could be that we could sell the drones together with the framework, and then allow for customization from the client side, so they can choose based on their need. They can make use of the system. Then we would ask for like licensing costs, based on the number of drones or so on. So the main conclusions drawn from our project are that we actually were seeking to commercialize a framework that is customizable and can be used for many applications, not only for disaster relief. Then with a slight modification of hardware and the other parts of the system, the system could be adopted for many use cases, as I mentioned earlier. Then the main area of applications that we were thinking of at the moment is the disaster relief. So if anyone has questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.